I appreciate that, JJ. Klay been on fire, Joe. I've been watching this. Klay been killing. Well, you can't guard Klay with Patty Mills. Patty Mills is a good player. He's not a great player. So I would not be looking at Patty Mills in these situations. Well, I'm looking for them to make an adjustment in the second half to try to isolate this. Klay is killing them. That's what's happening. They have no answer for Klay early. And this game has been nothing but a blowout. And he scored, what, 19 in like the first half? But remember what everybody said when Golden State lost the last game of the season by like 40? Like, they lost by 50 points. I was like, okay, wait till the playoffs start. And let's see what the Golden State Warriors look like. Klay for 3. Bang 'em, bang 'em, bang 'em, bang 'em, Smurf. With a whole quarter to go, the Spurs are getting waxed. Talent-wise, they can't match up with Golden State. It's evident. San Antonio might not even crack 100 points. I can go on a limb and say they won't crack 100 this game. Mm. I never said it was impressive. I'm saying the Spurs are they calculate, like, the Spur team you see in game 1 won't be the same team you see in game 2. You have to understand that. This is like a fill-out game for Pop. Everybody was acting like Kawhi Leonard was going to come in and save the day, and when the playoffs get here, Kawhi is showing up. I'm like, look, Kawhi Leonard is not even traveling with the team, basically. He's traveling on his own plane. Oh, yeah, let's hit it. Throw the outlet pass. Let's run it. Let's get it going. No, the system is the same. It's move the ball. Spurs might get to 100. They still playing. They're still playing hard. They got the reserves in now with 3:22 to go. Hopefully the reserves could, keep the lead. Bale tried to do an alley-oop and missed and fell on his back. Murray was completely fouled and they didn't even call it. This team has no idea what they're doing by themselves on the court. They're going to mess around and it's going to be a game again just because these guys don't know what they're doing. These young kids, but they need this experience. He got the foul call on Looney Tunes. But these Spurs are going to play because they got a coach that don't play. When you got a coach that don't play, you're going to end up playing. I don't even want to know how they cheated the Spurs out of that game. So the Spurs are losing on both sides. You got this Spurs that's getting blown out, and then you got the Spurs that just lost the city, which really gonna make me sick. Oh yeah, it's muted just because we're taking all precautions right now. There's so much craziness going on right now with YouTube. I'm not even trying to do anything of the sort of give them a reason. Then this guy throws the ball right under his basket. There's a ridiculous foul call. And now what was a 30-point lead is going to turn into that's something. The defending world champions, they start off the playoffs in the morning. They're not even a primetime game. That shows you how much they really care. #109 to 89. They cut it to 20 with 2 minutes to go. This was like a 30-point laugher, which proves once again the NBA playoffs is just what we thought. So Golden State misses again, and here it is. They're running. Another three. Oh, in and out. Nah, they won't reach 100. Drops it. All right, finally, Golden State. I mean, you're a professional basketball player. You got to be able to score a basket. Good move, Bell. Bell got no hang time. Bell shoots an air ball from the free throw line. Chris DeMarco dunked the basketball in the camp in practice. That was the biggest thing that happened for the Golden State Warriors. They're talking about that because this game is a laugher for the last minute. It's 112 to 90. They wouldn't get 100, like I said. 112 is about the average. 115 is what Golden State would average with Steph Curry not being there. If Steph Curry was there, you'll be looking at an entirely different number because Steph Curry actually, yep, there it is. Dribble, 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 dribble the clock out. Steph plays a high, fast tempo when he brings the ball up. And then increasingly, all you're doing is subtracting. It's the same amount of points they would get if you would subtract Steph Curry's numbers. So taking out Steph Curry's numbers, they're at 112 right now. And this is about where they would be if you take Steph out of the equation. With Steph, they're in the 120s. And a lot of Golden State fans stuck around for the whole game as they're one win up right now with 15 more to go for Golden State. They got one game in the bag, 113-92. Pop, Harris getting wilder and wilder. Aldridge once again struggled, 5 for 12, 14 points, 2 rebounds as he comes up small yet again. Might have a monster game next time, but it was all about Klay. You know, Klay was the man all game. And that's what was going on. But of course, they're going to interview Kevin Durant because it's Kevin Durant's team till Steph gets back. Even though Klay was the big man to really put them ahead and get them rolling early. Yeah, Kevin Durant's gonna give you his 24, his rebounds, his defense. You know, he's a tremendous all-around basketball player, unlike LeBron James. No, there are other teams that could give give Golden State problems, but the Rockets aren't the team that's gonna be able to beat them. The Rockets depends on too many three-point shots. Well, the thing is, JaVale McGee added, and this is why I didn't understand last season they didn't do. Put JaVale McGee out there on Aldridge. His height, his length will give him trouble. You know, Klay was able to beat Klay. You know, when they worried about Kevin Durant and everybody else, it allowed them, the Golden State Warriors, to be themselves. And as you saw, when they're clicking, they're clicking. They basically had the whole fourth quarter to sit out. They played like 5 minutes in the fourth and then just sat out. So now the Houston Minnesota game, that's the game y'all need to be worried about. I wouldn't be trying to put them ahead of Minnesota right now. Minnesota just got Jimmy Butler back. Well, Klay is a catch and shoot guy. He mostly shoots without a dribble. If he does get a dribble, it's one dribble and pull. That's the way he likes to do in rhythm. He's not a guy that takes you off the dribble, do a lot of dribbling and shoot. When he do that, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna miss his shot. I've seen it so many times before. You know, Clay's a great player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not. It's just that that's what he's doing. What's shocking me is everybody's just counting Boston out, and they putting Greek the Freak in the second round already. It's very. I mean, give the Celtics some credit. I understand Kyrie's hurt, a lot of players are hurt, but they play as a team. They're very much a solid team than Minnesota is right now. Minnesota's a little sporadic. Well, the NBA used to have a problem. They used to you'll have two playoff games going off at the same time. I don't know if they're going to fix that this season, but when you got so many teams playing, you'll have two teams playing at the same time, which is like counterproductive to what you're trying to do. Hey, thank Jimmy Nicholas. That's the same thing I said, Jimmy. Man, Jimmy, you sound just like me. Kawhi to Cleveland. Right. It's anybody versus LeBron. I don't like, and the reason why I don't like him is the reason why everybody else don't like him, and other players don't like him. It's the politics that come along with LeBron James. When you're dealing with somebody like LeBron, you got to deal with the BS that he brings to the league. Like they keep pampering to him and catering to him, changing the league, breaking the rules, moving players to all his liking over to his team. This man has shuffled out like 15 players this one season. He didn't like how they was playing, so he got them removed, brought in some more players. It's like, dude, come on. Michael Jordan has not gotten one player on the team that he asked for. And not one, and got 6 championships. And then you try to tell me that this bum is better than him. It's like, I understand why the NBA does it because it's a business. Listen, they're all going to do the same things. I know he. The thing is, all he done this whole season was piggyback on defense. They would. He was the main reason why other teams were scoring. He wouldn't care, and then he just save it up on the offensive end or piggyback to get points and stats because he's playing for individual awards. Like his coach said, personal agenda. No team who has been this defensively terrible all season long has went on to win an NBA title. It just hasn't happened because it's too bad and it's a disgrace to the league. I'm telling you, if they give this team the championship, this Cleveland team, I'm disgusted. I'm completely disgusted with the NBA if that happens. Their problem was guys couldn't stay on the court. Let's see how they get, in the playoffs. Let's see how they do in the playoffs. Playoffs is where it all counts. Regular season, people get to play you one time and that's it. Let's see how the Rockets do when they got to worry about one team, and beating that one team four times. Let's see how they do before everybody start crowning them new champions. We make that mistake now. We start crowning people before they actually achieve stuff. So let's do our due diligence the right way. Well, Klay is And Golden State, they're clicking and on all cylinders. They playing the same way they did every game they've ever played. They're moving around. I mean, seriously, they're moving right. They move things around all the time over there. They move the ball. They share the ball. Guys who move the ball and share the ball, they are very much in line with success. No Curry, no ring. That could be true. We don't know yet. But as of right now, they look all right. I mean, they're good enough, I think, to beat San Antonio without him. The second round might be difficult because you're going to have to stop Golden State and keep them within a 100-point game to actually have a chance. Well, Iggy's getting a little long in the tooth. Livingston is getting long in the tooth. So that's why they're developing their younger guys because those two guys were their anchors for a long time to help rest their players and keep them at 30 minutes a game. That's what's keeping Steph Curry young and everybody else. Steph is like the oldest guy on the team. Besides Iggy, Steph just hit 30. So, but this is why you play 30 minutes a game and you don't try to play 40 and trying to get all these crazy records and just piggyback and put on the offensive end, don't play defense. When you do things like that, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage because you're cheating the game. And other players know. You can fool everybody else, ESPN, they're gonna promote all the positive things you do and put the commercials out and brainwash the public. But you're never gonna be able to get past the players. The players know. They know who not playing on D. They know who's doing what. They know who's doing this. So you can't get it by them. You can get it by some people, but you can't get it by them. They know. KD will always be Steph Jr. in your eyes. Well, that's KD can do a lot of things because he's at a height, at a range nobody has seen in God knows how long. And, it's just hard to get past that size. So when you look at the size, you're like, my goodness, how we gonna get past him? And that's really the gist of it. How are you gonna get past this guy's size? You can't ignore this guy as if his size almost 7 feet doing the things that he's doing. He's blowing by guards and he's playing defense. He can guard every position. It's just that once he got to Golden State, he started to get credit for the things that he was doing in OKC. Why? Because OKC is still Oklahoma City. No matter how you look at it, it's still a old town with not a lot of stuff in it. That's why a lot of players normally don't go to OKC. The most they got is a a bar and grill place that stay open to like midnight. Then the whole town shuts down. It's for an NBA player, the nightclub life. They like I can't stay there in OKC. This is not gonna be for me. I mean, Skip Bayless is from Oklahoma City. Do you see him rooting for the Thunder? He's like, nope, we didn't have a team, so I went with San Antonio, and that's where I'm staying. You always want to be able to give somebody the very best of you. Why would you want to give somebody the worst? You want to be able to say, look, this is the very best I could do. And you want to be able to give that to somebody to say, yo, this is the very best that I could do. I'm gonna give it to you all on this court. As a teammate, that's what I would want to see from the other players out there. Give me everything you got. If I'm out here killing myself to make it, I want to see you do the same. Well, people, it's so much people just don't understand about the game, the sport, the promotion, the marketing, because we don't care. At this point, we just want professional basketball. We want to see the very best that we can see. That's all. That's all we want. We want to see the very best. We don't want to see the worst. We want the best, the very best out there. That's what we want. We don't want to be gypped. We want the best. So far, I asked you, will this be a competitive playoffs? So far, we haven't gotten it. It's only been one game, and we still got another 20-point blowout. Let's see if we get a competitive playoff this year. Yep, 16 more games, and LeBron is a Laker. Hopefully, we don't go that far. I hope it's just 4 more. Yeah, but let me go ahead and get myself something to eat. I'm hungry. I'll talk to y'all later.